All right, today I'm going to fix a leaking hydraulic hose on my Jayco North Point 387 FBTS. So I'll walk through this, talk about how to purge the system and how to remove the hose and the things that we need to do in order to make it successful. So the leak, as you saw, is in this connection at the foot of my front passenger side flip jack. And this leak is at the crimp. So here's the crimp, here's the thread, and here's the connection. So the leak is actually right in this area here, and you can see how that was coming out when in the other video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this around so I can make sure that I know I have the right connection. And inside of my spare gas tank, you can see the hose is coming up, it goes behind the tank and then ends up here, and it's the back hose here. So if I come around to the inside, and you can see the back hose, which is here, it comes down and it connects right here. So now what I'm gonna do is get my 9/16 inch wrench. I'm gonna disconnect the bottom one first. I'm gonna let it drain. I guess the first thing I need to do is lower everything down. So you want to have everything collapsed, so all of the jacks pulled all the way up. You can set this on the back of your truck, but I'm traveling, so I have my truck and I need to take my truck, the hose in my truck, so I can't use my truck. So I'm going to lower this all the way down. I'm going to put it onto some blocks and bring in all the sides so there's no hydraulic pressure in the system. Then I will disconnect these with a 9/16 inch wrench. So I'll get that set up in a second. First thing I have to do is get all the pressure off of these jacks. So I hooked it up to my truck, and always make sure that that's locked. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my jacks and put the blocks underneath of it. So So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these blocks underneath of here. Now that I have blocks underneath of these, I'm going to go ahead and put the jacks back down and lift it up off of the vehicle. Once I disconnect this, now the truck is free. So the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect this. It's 9/16, and I'm basically going to loosen this so that I can take this off. Once I loosen it, you'll see it's going to start dripping quite a bit. Ooh. Now the next one I have to take off is up here. I'm going to try and put some paper towel around here so that it doesn't leak too much. The one that I have to take off is this one, and it basically come right off. If there is fluid in it, it pretty much went all the way down the other side. So now that I have it, that off, I'm going to set it on this paper towel. I should be able to pull this up through over here. Here's the hose. All right, at the hose shop, I got a new hose, brand new crimps. It's actually a nice hose. It's much better, much more flexible than the plastic one that I got. So I'm going to go ahead and route it into here. So basically just going to drop this side down to where it needs to go. As you can see, it's down there. And then this other end actually is going to go up over the top. And then, all right, now up here, I take the hose from here, and this is going to connect right onto this fitting. And once it's tight, all you really want to do is tighten it down. You snug it, and then once it's snugged, you're going to go another quarter turn, and that's it. Now I'm going to go around to the other side, and here I'm going to go ahead and I will put this end on. Tighten it down once it's tight, and then once I get it to here, just go another quarter turn on that. Now you're tight. Now all I need to do is raise the jacks and purge the system. All right, now I'm going to power the system up, and I'm going to start raising the jacks. Now what I need to do is raise this and check this other side. So what I'm checking for is to see if I got any leaks, and right now, from what I see there, I have no leaks. And let me look up on the side here, see what I got. Here's my new connection, and I don't have any leaks there. So looks like everything is well in hand. I see, yep, looks good. So now to purge the system, so basically from here, I'm gonna raise this up, and I raised it up as far as it will go on both sides. So I'm bringing it down all the way. And then, as you can see, the other side's all the way down. Then I'm going to bring it back up. One thing you'll notice is that this one is that high and this one is that high. So it's because it's got air in the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm hook my truck up to it. And then when I hook my truck up to it, I'm going to go ahead and raise and lower these a few times. And then that way you'll see that it'll level itself out. Plus it'll also purge because it has no pressure on it. So. Now that I have no pressure on it, you can see that they're coming down evenly. And so once I get, this one's touching the ground almost. All of them are touching the ground. So now the system is purged. And everything should be functioning as expected. So you can see see it now. The new connection on there, it's routed through there. I'm going to zip tie this up so it's connected in the right place. And inside here, this one is connected, and you can see it's the new hose there. Wish I could replace all these hoses with that because they're pretty nice, flexible, and they're not this plastic hose that's on here. So